Kids being killed. Oh, that reptilians and Draco, the blood sacrifices, the whole Luciferian thing, the kids being killed. Oh, that reptilians and Draco, the blood sacrifices, the whole Luciferian thing, the kids being killed and eaten. I mean, that humans have been eaten and taken off planet, et cetera, and used for slaves in other colonies, et cetera.
I hate to say that, but that's far worse than what you just said.
It's far worse.
Yes, far worse. And that the whole blood situation is it's unbelievable. And
right.
I don't know how we say that to the public. I don't know. To me, if we get into that, and I know all about it, okay?
All right.
Far more than you know.
Sure.
All right.
I'm sure.
When we get into that, if we release it, 70–80% of everybody that listens to your program is going to say, "You're smoking pot." I don't believe that. And I don't believe anything you people talk about on extraterrestrial. And it's going to kill what disclosure is trying to do. That's my opinion.
You know, the pedophilia is starting to be exposed everywhere. You know that much is coming.
Oh, yeah. But you know the part that I don't want to talk about.
I hear you.
Okay?
Yeah. It saying as much as you said right now is actually great.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you basically are, anyone who's hearing everything else you say is going to have to come to home with this. And if they want to know more, it's out there. It's more and more, it's out there.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to speak for Bob, but Bob Wood, Dr. Wood, who's worked with me on my book, okay? Yes. He's a genius. If we were in the conference room and we were talking and there was a big table there, he would have his fist like this and he would slam that table. I want every GD thing exposed. I want it all
Good
out.
for him. That's lovely to hear.
And I have to say, I'm having a hard time disagreeing with him, but
well, we can do another interview on that subject so that, this one, it goes out, because I know you really want this information out. You want people to start to wake up, and we don't want to turn them off to any.
You just said it. We don't want them to be turned off. We don't want them to not believe what's being said. Okay.
I know, but
and this, and some, we can get into it partially, but I'm saying, I personally don't want to be involved in doing what Bob wants to do. It's too heavy. I think it's gonna really hurt getting more people to get involved in this subject. Okay, they're gonna say Bill Tompkins is smoking pot. I don't believe one damn word. I don't want to hear about any of this. Okay, I don't want to hear about it.
My philosophy on this.
Bill Tompkins is smoking pot. I don't believe one damn word. I don't want to hear about any of this. Okay? I don't want to hear about it.
My philosophy on this, which is humans are not protecting themselves. They're not protected. And so if you don't warn them, you're culpable. The next time somebody gets snatched and eaten or taken away, or their child, and I'm more concerned about the children, obviously, than anything else.
That's
That's
it. That's what.
And so that's my statement. My statement is, I care about the children and I want to protect the children. How can you protect the child? You must tell them, you must tell their parents what's happening, what's really going on this planet. And it's about time we humans are able to protect ourselves. There's a lot of New Agers out there who want nothing but to believe that there's ETs, definitely, but they're all hearts and flowers and good guys.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And this is such a dangerous thing to put out there, because again, you get humans that will not be able to protect themselves. That's and correct. Also not understand. Some people get the wrong idea about Camelot, but I'm actually in favor of the military. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually understand that we have a lot of military that are putting their lives on the line
Yes,
in a daily basis to protect humans that have absolutely no idea that they're in danger.
you're correct. Absolutely. I agree.
And that's got to change.
Yeah, it's got to change.
Yeah. So, I realize that people have no idea what a brave man you are.
Oh,
You are, I mean, no, I just wanted this statement made on my interview here that the courage that it takes to actually do what you're doing right now is phenomenal. Really, it is. See, I can get away with this because I'm a journalist and I can say anything, and people will say she's crazy and just not listen. But someone with your stature, with your reputation and your documentation and where you were and where you come from and all of that, this is substantial. I don't think people can ignore you. I don't think they can.
well, I sure hope they don't. Because frankly, we need help.
Yeah.
We need everybody involved in this. That's not a lie. We need help.
Yeah.
The Navy had been involved with the German facilities in Antarctica and the Draco reptilian facilities and caverns in the Antarctica.
Now, let me interject. So that also coincides with the book of by Nas Confunden when he's talking about Beyond the Ice Wall, Worlds Beyond the Ice Wall, right? So, in Antarctica, right, you got many different types of draconian reptilians that go to different firmaments and different worlds and colonize lands and geographical land masses, right? So that's another book that you got to get the Nas Confunden, The Worlds Beyond the Ice Wall. Because when you look at the book, you got different nomenclature titles of the word draconian reptilians. They're really talking about custodians because they're basically one and the same.
And you have Draco reptilian guys running your governments
Right.
of every country on your planet.
Of every government. There you go.
Wow.
That's quite a statement.
You already said you got draconian reptilians running your government. Because when you go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, it said the world be given to the hands of the wicked. And then when you go to Job chapter 9, verse 24, it says it's wickedness at high places. So you can, twist it up from a theological, biblical context, and you can see how it basically aligns up with everything in your so-called Bible. Because I told you, everything in the Bible is truth mixed with lies. So that creates an inversion to where you don't understand the whole concept of discernment, to where you don't have the ability to decipher good from evil, because it's being orchestrated by draconian reptilians who control your religious systems.
Answer your question.
I'm sorry.
Reptilians who control your religious systems.
Answer your question.
I'm sorry. That's not what we want to hear. When we got to the moon, we found out a lot of surprises, okay? The Draco reptilians were already there. And we knew because we had probes when we went, non-manned probes that we sent around the moon. So we knew there were facilities on the backside. We knew a whole lot that people didn't talk about. But we were in a position where this moon is not a moon, okay? It's not your moon in the first place. Actually, this is not your planet. This is...
So let me interject for a second. So he said that moon is not a moon, right? So since that moon is not a moon, I'm going to show you something here.
BHRT is bioidentical hormone therapy. The Mayo Clinic says it actually functions identically where your body makes that structure. So bioidentical is molecule for molecule, atom for atom, it's the same exact structure.
BHRT is a treatment that we offer here at Optimal Bio, balancing out